6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The caretaker Prime Minister has directed to devise a comprehensive emergency plan to eradicate polio from the country. The caretaker Minister for Information and Broadcasting reaffirms the government's determination to ensure free and transparent elections. The Health Minister has launched online registration and licensing system in the Drug Regulatory Authority. Pakistan has called upon the international community to take cognizance of the growing Islamophobia and hate crimes in India. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for urgent action to mitigate the adverse effects of climate change. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has denounced the surge in the Indian state terrorism in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And now the news in detail. The caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar has directed the authorities concerned to devise a comprehensive emergency plan for next year for polio eradication from the country. Chairing a meeting of anti-polio task force in Islamabad today, he further issued the directives for preparing an integrated program on emergency basis in the high-risk areas of polio virus. The Prime Minister also emphasized the need to use modern technology for improving the monitoring of immunization program. Anwarul Haq Kakar directed the Ministry of National Health Services to constitute a committee for preparing an action plan in line with the best international practices and research in the inactivated polio vaccine. Expressing his apprehensions over the recently reported cases of polio disease in the country, the Prime Minister said it was a matter of concern that polio was still present in Pakistan. He said all the stakeholders, including scholars, teachers, and parents, should be included in the anti-polio awareness campaign. The caretaker Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Murtaza Solanki, has reaffirmed the government's determination to ensure free and transparent elections in the country. Talking to the media in Multan today on the occasion of the inauguration of 24 hours transmission of Pakistan Television Multan Centre, he said the media's free and equal coverage is being given to all the political parties on the state media. Murtaza Solanki said Pakistan Television Multan Centre should become the voice of the people in resolving the decades-long real issues of the region. He said Pakistan Television Multan Centre would on-air regional cultural, musical, literary and educational programs. Its 24 hours continuous transmission. Murtaza Solanki said Pakistan Television transmission could be watched in 50 countries for the world. The minister recalled that he launched Saraiki News Bulletin at the regional level from Radio Pakistan, Islamabad during his tenure as the Director General Pakistan Broadcasting Corporation, and the then Prime Minister Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani read the first Saraiki News Bulletin. The Minister for Health, Dr. Nadeem Jan, launched an online registration and licensing system in the Drug Regulatory Authority in Islamabad today. Speaking on the occasion, he said the purpose of this step was to lessen the difficulties being faced by the people and the pharma companies. Dr. Nadeem Jan said efforts were being made to ensure transparency in the DRAP. He said after digitization of the system, the issue of artificial shortage of medicines would also be resolved. The Minister for Health, Dr. Nadeem Jan, launched online registration and licensing system in the Drug Regulatory Authority in Islamabad. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has stressed the importance of adopting a dynamic approach to effectively address the challenges to regional peace. He was addressing the inaugural session of Islamabad Conclave 2023, titled Pakistan In a Changing World, organized by Institute of Strategic Studies in Islamabad today, the president called for coordination among the state institutions for effective deliberations and policy making. The Chief Election Commissioner Sikandar Sultan Raja and the Chief Minister Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Arshad Hussain Shah held a meeting in Islamabad today and discussed matters relating to preparations for the general elections. The Chief Minister informed the Election Commissioner about the election preparations in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan has urged India to ensure safety, security, and protection of minorities, particularly Muslims, and their places of worship. This was stated by the Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch in a statement today on the occasion of the 31st anniversary of demolition of historic Babri Mosque in the Indian city of Ayodhya by the Hindu extremists. The caretaker Minister for National Food Security and Research, Dr. Kausar Abdullah Malik, has said maize was a strategic crop with respect to national food security needs, and efforts are in the pipeline to promote the latest technological innovation. He expressed these views during a meeting with Crop Life Pakistan delegation in Islamabad today. The caretaker Minister for Religious Affairs, Aneek Ahmed, has called for forging unity to address the issues being faced by the Muslim Ummah. He was addressing the National Conference on the Sanctity of Al-Aqsa Mosque and the responsibilities of the Muslim Ummah in Islamabad today. At the United Nations, Pakistan has called for urgent action to mitigate the adverse effects of climate change. The acting permanent representative of Pakistan to the United Nations, Ambassador Mohammad Usman Iqbal Jadoon, told the General Assembly that declining state of marine health impacting livelihoods of billions of individuals worldwide. The Pakistan Army continues to take steps for the promotion of education in the far-flung areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. In this regard, the Pakistan Army and the Frontier Corps North are leading initiatives in Bajaur, Mamand, Khyber, Sawad, Dir, Bunair, and Chitral under the Education for All project. The Pakistan Stock Exchange continued its positive trend today with the rise of more than 900 points in the KSC 100 shares index that closed at 63,917 points at the end of the business today. The business community and experts are hopeful that the positive business trend will carry through to the end of the week, bringing further stability to the economy of the country. Sepoy Ahmed Ali, the resident of Charsadda district who was martyred fighting the terrorists in Sararogha area of South Waziristan, was buried with full military honors at his native area. A large number of Pakistan Army officers, soldiers, relatives, and local people participated in the funeral prayers. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has urged the United Nations to take cognizance of the critical situation prevailing in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and initiate measures for the settlement of dispute as per the United Nations resolutions. In a statement in Srinagar, APHC spokesperson denounced the surge in Indian state terrorism in occupied Jammu and Kashmir, saying the Kashmir issue needs to be resolved by giving Kashmiris their inalienable right to self-determination. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party President Mehbooba Mufti, while addressing a party event in Srinagar, deplored that the Kashmiri society was being humiliated by the BJP-installed administration on a daily basis. The Israeli forces martyred over 16,200 Palestinians in Gaza since October 7th. According to media reports, the Israeli army has widened its attacks in southern and central Gaza. Cricket. On the first day of the four-day tour match against Australia's Prime Minister 11 at Canberra, Pakistan with 324 runs for the loss of 6 wickets at stumps. Earlier, Pakistan won the toss and elected to bat. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, smog and fog is likely in the plain areas of the Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Upper Sindh during night hours. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.